What is it about Russia that everyone in the world knows about these days? I mean, it's sort of a global trademark, if you will. Once it was a Matryoshka doll, now terror. Good afternoon, this is Henry Keane on UATV English, getting ready to give some hard truth in easy terms for the whole free world directly from Ukraine. Today was another night of Russian terror in Ukraine. Russian missiles target Ukrainian cities of Kyiv, Kharkiv, Pavlohrad, Ohtyrka, killing at least 8 people. The Russian barrage included more than 40 ballistic, cruise, anti-aircraft and guided missiles. It injured at least 20 people in 4 districts of Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, including a 13-year-old boy. In Kharkiv, the onslaught injured 42 people as the missiles damaged around 30 residential buildings and shattered nearly 1,000 apartment windows amidst a winter cold. The temperature outside in Kharkiv was -7 Celsius. That gives about 19 in Fahrenheit. Also, an entire section of a multi-storied residential building was destroyed, trapping a yet unknown number of people there. I could be explaining this, but you just look at that yourself. Sound on, please. You know, me and my girlfriend spent the morning in a corridor between concrete walls in our apartment because this is said to be the safest place in the house during a bombardment. We were listening to our air defense working, shooting down Russian missiles. And so I suddenly catched myself at a thought that what makes people to be fearing a death like that is that you can't really do much or anything about it. You just sit in the dark and you wait for your end. When you're robbed, you can call the police. When you're ill, you go and visit a physician. And so you name it, in almost all aspects of a modern life, we have sort of a solution for almost any problem, not necessarily solving it, but at least you did your best. You did something about it. And here you just sit in the dark and wait for a damn Soviet Tsar's missile to destroy your house, your life. And it is happening with you in 2024 in the middle of Europe, and there is nothing you can do about it, and that is exactly what is most frightening. But somehow it wasn't, because I am blessed. I can do something about it and not just sit and wait. I have a mission. I have a world to explain it to you. You, my dear audience, to deliver a Ukrainian vision of the events. Not just righteous hate that naturally arises out of the bare fact of incredible, absurd level of injustice about what is going on in Ukraine, but as someone who, without a false modesty, every day risks his life for a greater cause, which is the freedom and sovereignty of Ukraine, to be giving a piece of advice to the world right now. And that advice is stand with us, with Ukraine, as it is standing for you, whether you believe it or not. And the world clearly sees that. The coalition to support Ukraine continues to work towards its goal victory. On January 23rd, the 18th meeting of Ukraine Defense Contact Group in the Ramstein format will be held online. This is the first Ramstein meeting on 2024 and the 18th since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion. This meeting was preceded by a meeting of the NATO-Ukraine Council, which was held for the first time at the level of military leadership. This was when the agenda was formed, which in easy terms is quite obvious to anyone who wishes not only to look but also to see.
This contact group continues to make a real difference in real time. It is a testament to our collective resolve to stand up to Russia's assault on democracy, sovereignty, and the rules-based international order that keeps us all secure. Sabrina Singh, Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary at U.S. Department of Defense.
The question of how to achieve that is also clear. The main topics of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group meeting will be building the air defense capabilities of Ukraine and supports within the framework of the artillery coalition. United States Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin will head the meeting of the contact group together with Charles Brown, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the US, but will participate in it from home, as Secretary Lloyd was just recently discharged from hospital. In anticipation of congressional decisions to continue funding, the current U.S. administration continues to assist Ukraine in other ways, in particular by mobilizing allies to further support the Ukrainian state, to transfer all the arrested Russian assets to Ukraine, by the way, to encourage, develop and maintain security guarantees from Europe. I hear that some say, who needs those endless summits and meetings and councils and other international bodies, of which some are most certainly quite dead and are incapable of even somewhat reacting to anything, let alone reacting timely. Those some saying that are actually me myself sometimes, because those UN Security Councils that international terrorist Russia presides of is a spit in our faces, is it not? Well, some meetings are necessary, like this, like Ramstein, for example, because it's alive, it's changing, its structure is getting more agile and lets to react more swiftly to challenges. Am I right, or is it my wishful thinking speaking instead of my common sense? Well, let us wait a day or two and suit ourselves. Darkest place in hell for those politicians trying to sit on two chairs these days. Precise quote was, I quote, "Nowadays anyone in the free world who pretends to be neutral or shows an equal distance to Ukraine and to Russia deserves that darkest place in political hell," the Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk said when visiting Kyiv yesterday. The foreign leader visiting Ukraine announced a new aid package that includes a loan to buy larger weapons and a commitment to find ways to manufacture them together. You can't really be overestimating the importance of a good neighborhood when you don't block each other's drive-ins. And you just understand that your neighbor is under attack, a brutal attack by brutal criminal force, and you understand that if he falls, you will be next. Following Tusk's visit, we see Poland join the group of 7 declaration on security guarantees for Ukraine. The two countries will begin work on bilateral security agreement. Tusk also stressed that Poland would support Ukraine's prompt accession to the EU.
As you know, it's not a coincidence that this is my first visit. It was for me absolutely obvious and natural that I should visit Kyiv first in my new role as an all-new Prime Minister in Poland.
So Ukrainian-Polish relations are actually quite simple in easy terms. Donald Tusk and our good neighbors of Poland are more than just friends and neighbors. We have the same goals. And the main of them these days is to stop Russia for the sake of the whole world. Thank you for watching. It was Henry Keane on UATV Studio, bringing the hard truth in easy terms for you, dear world. I hope you like what we do for you. If you do, please help us. Like, share, subscribe. Help us to deliver Ukrainian voice worldwide and to make it be heard. Let us know what you think about the things we discuss in the comments below. We appreciate that a lot. Stay safe and tuned for more. See you tomorrow, folks.